All right, so for this question, it says the function f of x is represented by x squared plus 12x plus 35. What are the factors of the quadratic? And when you're asked to find the factors of the quadratic, you're generally being asked to put it in factored form. So the questions that we're answering is what are the, and then also what are the solutions of the equation x squared plus 12x is equal to plus 35 is equal to 0, and why would 7 not be a 0 of this function? So in order to write it in the factored form, we're going to do a reverse distributive property, or we're going to use the box method. So generally, based on what we know, when you draw your box, generally we are putting information on the outside of the box. In this case, the information that we have, which is in the standard form, is going to be placed in the inside of the box. What are some things we know to be true so far? We know that x squared is produced by multiplying x times x. We know that 12x is a combination of these two boxes, and we know that the last box we're going to have 35 in it, and it's a positive 35. So when you think about it, what are the factors of a positive 35, which when added together will give us 12? I generally like doing a table, so that's 1 times 35. There's 7 times 5, and then the pair that gives me 12, when I add the factors together, 7 plus 5, that's 12. So I know these are the factors I'm going to be using, which means that one is going to be one factor is x plus 7. So if I put 7x here and 5x here, I know on top I'm going to have x plus 7 right here, and right here I'm going to have x plus 5. So when factored, what I notice is that my expression would be x plus 7, as I said. So this is going to be 7x and x plus 5. This is 5x. 5 times 7 is equal to 35. So the factors would be x plus 7 times x plus 5, which means if they're asking us to solve, we're finding the zeros of that equation. We do that by using the zero product property, setting each of our factors equal to 0. So we're going to take that x plus 7 and set it equal to 0. If we're solving for x, we're like, what value of x would make this 0? We can solve by subtracting 7 from both sides. So we can clearly see that x is equal to a negative 7 as seen here. And then if we take the other factor, x plus 5 is equal to 0. In order to solve for x, we would subtract 5 from both sides. So we're clearly seeing that x is equal to negative 5. The last question is asking us to explain why x equals 7 is not a 0. So if we put x equal to 7 in any of these factors, we would have 7 plus 7 times 7 plus 12, and that's 14, plus 5. So that's 14 times 12, as we're seeing. Substituting or replacing x with 7 in the equation does not make it equal to 0, and so we could tell that x equals 7 is not a 0 or not a solution for this equation. So I hope this was helpful.